Hello, I am Kevin Shaw with Stiffy Push Poles. Today we are going to teach you either how to repair your push pole or to put a modular section in your push pole. Things that you will need to do this job will be the modular kit. The modular kit will come with the modular section of push pole. It'll come with sandpaper, the mixing sticks, the epoxy, and 2 pieces of styrofoam for your water intrusion purposes. You will also need a hacksaw. You can use any kind of saw you would like. Today we're going to use a hacksaw because most of us have this sitting in our garage. You can use a chop saw, you can use a cut-off wheel, but today we're going to use a hacksaw. You will also need some masking tape, a mixing cup, some type of X-Acto knife, razor blade knife, a marker, and then we are using acetone to do our cleanup. Fingernail polish is acetone. Any type of solvent, again, this is just for the cleanup at the end of the job. If you're repairing a Stiffy push pole, either being a carbon fiber, hybrid, or a fiberglass pole, you want to find the crushed, broke spot. You want to come back beyond the crushed, broke spot and cut that pole as clean and as straight as you possibly can. Once you've made this cut, we're going to use this side of this pole. I want to pre-fit this to make sure when my pole goes together with my ferrule in the middle that I'm seamless. I don't have any gaps. If I have any gaps around the edges, I can take my sandpaper that's provided with you inside your ferrule kit and sand that edge up just to make this connect with the best, tightest seam as I possibly can. That goes for when I'm repairing a push pole or if I'm extending a push pole, if I'm adding more length to it. So again, pre-fitting your product, making sure everything is seamless, no matter if you're using a graphite pole, a hybrid pole, or a fiberglass pole. Once you have dry fitted your push pole, you want to put a mark on the push pole or put a piece of tape down the push pole and put a mark across the cut section. By doing this, when you put the pole back together, you will have a seamless connection by lining up your pencil or tape marks. Mix up some epoxy. You will apply epoxy to the back side and the sides of the foam plug. This secures a watertight fit. You will also apply an ample amount of epoxy to half of the ferrule. When putting the ferrule into the pole, you are twisting and turning the pole or the ferrule to again evenly flow, evenly spread the epoxy resin on the inside of the pole. We will normally stop it a little shy of where our mark is at, wipe off our excess epoxy, and then push the ferrule piece in to the center line or the marked line. Again, wiping off any excess epoxy so there is no debris as I slide the new pole on. We will take a razor blade and trim a little bit of the excess epoxy that is bubbed up against the edge of the push pole before gluing and making a one-piece connection. This allows me to get a nice, firm, seamless fit. Once I've done that, I'm going to dry fit the pole one more time. I'm going to lay up my seam lines, and that's my pencil or my tape line, making sure that I have a nice, seamless connection. At this point, if I don't, I can sand the edges of the pole one more time. Mix up some more epoxy. Butter up the back side of the foam plug, the sides of the foam plug. Insert into the push pole. You will then butter up the ferrule connection. As you slide the ferrule connection onto, or the pole onto the ferruled connection, turning it so you can evenly spread the epoxy. Once you have pushed your pole up together and have lined your seam marks up or your tape line up, you then will again wipe off any excess epoxy. As that pole sits, there will be a slight seepage of epoxy. If you can come back about 10 minutes after wiping that last wipe, come back and wipe the pole again is what we recommend, and that will wipe off that last little drip of epoxy that wants to fall from that connection. Let the pole sit for 24 hours before using, and happy fishing. During your Stiffy project, if you have any questions or need some help, please feel free to give us a call at 1-888-273-7077, and any of the staff here at Stiffy would love to help you and walk you through any questions or problems. Thank you very much for your business. Appreciate you as a customer.